So here we're doing a lesson on the names of the spaces in the treble clef. So on the musical staff, when we talk about the space, we're talking about the space in between two lines, right? That's the first space, the lowest one. There's another space in between those lines. There's another space in between those lines. And there's another space in between those lines. So we can count the spaces. There are 4 spaces, and let me show you again just on here. We've got one space between those lines, another space between these 2 lines, another space between these 2 lines, and another space between these 2 lines. So that's space 1, space 2, space 3, and space 4. And what do we mean by putting a note on a space? We basically mean that the note lies between those 2 lines and takes up the space in between. So we can put a note in each of those spaces, and we say that that note is in a space. Now there is a way to remember the names, because of course these spaces also have letter names, and the easiest way to remember them is to remember the word face. Face rhymes with the word space. How convenient is that? So the first space is the first letter of the word face. If we put a note on the first space, it's called F. Then we spell up. So that one there is going to be an A. And of course the next one up, that'll be C, the next letter in face. And then the final space at the top there, that's the E. Okay, so reading up this way, we've got F-A-C-E spells face. That's really the best way to remember the names of the spaces in the treble clef. So I'm just going to erase these, and we're going to try a few things. Okay, let's put the letters that spell face here, and then we'll just try a few notes on the spaces. Okay, so here let's try a blue one. What note is that? Well, you know right away that's F. Good stuff. Okay, let's try a green one here. Which note is this? That is A, second space. Okay. All right, let's have an orange note on the next one. And that is, right, F-A-C-E. That's a C. And the top one, make that blue too, right? F-A-C-E, that's E. All right, now I'm going to take away the letter names so we can practice. Okay, so which letter is this one here? That is an A. Okay, which letter is this one here? That is E. Okay, how about this one way down here? And you remember that's the first letter of face, so that's an F. Oops. And then we've got one space left. And what letter is that? It's C. Okay, here we can also see that it spells face, right? Okay, now I'm going to change the musical staff, and we'll see if you can identify them on that one. Okay, so here we go. This just looks more like the regular musical staff. And we're going to do this one. That one you probably remember very well, of course, is F. How about if I do this one up here? All the way up. F-A-C-E. That one is E. How about if I do the second one? Comes after F. That's A. Good. And the one we're missing in the middle, the third space up, that's a C. Okay, and you remember that we're spelling the word face. Okay, what if I change where the notes are? Let's try that. Okay, so how about if I put this one here? All right, that one is on the third line up, F-A-C. We're spelling the word face. Good. How about if I put this one here? Okay, that's the first line. You know that's F. I mean space, the first space. Okay, that's F. How about if the next note along I put over here, what's that one? That one's F-A-C-E. That's the top space is E. And then we've got one space left we haven't identified, right? So that's the A that's missing. Okay? So, remember that's how we're spelling them up this way. F, A, C, and E for the spaces. All right, so you can quiz yourself on the website. There are fun quizzes where I draw the notes on the spaces and you just try to say them before I draw the letter name. Okay, so why don't you test yourself on a few of the spaces of the treble clef, and there you go. Have fun.